On the news, Atiku PDP supporters storm INEC headquarters, protest election outcome. INEC asked tribunal to modify order granting Obi Atiku access to election materials. And 61 persons killed in diphtheria outbreak in Kano State. Many thanks for joining us on News Now at this hour. I am Sinisola Adigun. Hundreds of supporters of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have stormed the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Monday to protest the outcome of the February 25 elections, led by the presidential candidate of the party Atiku Abubakar alongside party leaders. The party accused INEC of contravening the Electoral Act of 2022. Also in the PDP protest, tagged Black Uniform protest march are the party's national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, the vice presidential candidate of the party, and Governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, amongst other leaders and faithfuls of the party. More details in this report.
True to his words, the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), along with some party supporters on Monday morning, stormed the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The party is protesting the alleged contravention of the Electoral Act 2022. The party has also accused the electoral umpire of declaring Bola Tinubu winner of the presidential election, despite its rejection of the election results.
We are here today to tell the world that we are aggrieved by that, because the candidate of our party, the People's Democratic Party, he represents millions of Nigerians who wish for a better governance, who pray for a nation where equal opportunities will be open to everyone, a nation where the people will be happy to enjoy governance through restructuring. All of the things that we sold in our campaign, they believed it, they accepted it, they assimilated it, and they came out en masse and in millions to vote. And unfortunately, even though we have on the evidence of the result sheets a duplicate copy of all the result sheet given to our agent at the polling unit, yet if you see the INEC National Coalition, you would see where they would tabulate numbers, and when you come down to the total, different. You will see places where the names of individuals from different parts of the country. You will see where they will say there's a biometric taken on somebody, and yet the background of the biometric picture is somebody who snapped at the comfort of his house. You will see where they sow the stronghold of PDP and they create violence so that people will not come out to vote. These are some of the problems that has now informed our decision to come here and to tell the world democracy is under threat.
INEC confirmed that the results were uploaded from the polling units. Why are we still uploading to the IREV 9 days, almost 8 days after the election? So we believe that those infractions are monumental, that Saturday the 11th, we are going to witness Nigeria's election will go back to where we were in 2003 and 7 and 11. The improvements of the beavers, which has made it that people trusted the system, people came out to vote, is something that is not likely to happen on the 11th. So we are worried.
Earlier on Saturday, opposition parties expressed displeasure over INEC's inability to upload election results electronically to the Commission's results viewing portal, as stipulated by Section 60 of the Electoral Act 2022. While reminding INEC of its promises to Nigerians to review the election results, the PDP says INEC must explain to Nigerians why the system failed at the most critical moment.
We want to remind INEC, particularly the chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, that he promised Nigerians during the collation of results that he was going to review the collation exercise vis-a-vis the election that was held. That up to this moment that we are standing here, he has not done that review. So we are asking him to review the results that he promised Nigerians. We know that he has failed woefully on the promise of having a transparent, free and fair election. But his last promise to Nigerians was that he will review the process. We want him to review it.
To demand the right thing to be done, because we know, and we know beyond measure, that His Excellency Atiku Abubakar won this election, and all we want is that justice should prevail. That's all what we come here as women. Because if anything happened to this nation, the women and the children are the ones that suffer. So that's why the women were out today, so that justice will be done to prevent a lot of mayhem or anything that will happen in the country. We don't want it to happen.
Atiku and his Labour Party counterpart Peter Obi lost the February 25 presidential election to the APC's Bola Tinubu. The former vice president came in second position behind the winner and president-elect Tinubu.
Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has reacted to the allegation of the opposition People's Democratic Party PDP, who is accusing the electoral umpire of failing to follow the electoral process as stipulated in the Electoral Act 2022. While addressing members of the PDP who protested at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, Festus Okoye, INEC National Commissioner for Information, says it will redress the grievances of the PDP regarding the presidential election outcome. Speaking further, Okoye said the protest letter received from the PDP will be transmitted to Mahmood Yakubu, the INEC National Chairman. Okoye also assured that the Commission does not have any allegiance to any political party or candidate. For more insight into this development, Liberos Oshoma, legal expert and political analyst, joins me now. Thank you for joining me. Now, the 2023 presidential and National Assembly elections have come and gone, but of course not without some of its intrigues. How would you expect aggrieved parties to challenge the election outcome?
Yeah, thank you. I believe that protest is one of such ways of ventilating your grievance, provided it is peaceful. And so, like the PDP had done, they had protested, just like Buhari and the APC and the opposition also once protested when they were in opposition. So it is one of the ways that is legally permitted, provided it is peaceful and organized, to ventilate and express your anger. They have also gone to court to challenge the outcome of such results. And it is encouraging that they also see those processes through and using the constitutionally and statutory allowed, opportunities for such violation. It is when the protests now begin to degenerate into other things, and then to avoid a breakdown of law and order, that's when you will say that this is no longer an allowed way of ventilating your grievances. They have protested. They have submitted a request to INEC. INEC had said they would look into those challenges. And if there are issues that have been raised before the tribunal, then there will be no need for INEC to address the issues, because there are already issues that are sub judice and submitted for court adjudication. And but it is good that they presented a formal request to INEC, and what INEC now make of the request, provided they are not issues already raised in court, is something that we also need to look at.
All right. Now, how do you think that Section 60 of the Electoral Act 2022, which stipulates that the electronic transmission of election results to the Commission's results viewing portal IREV, would be interpreted, taking into view the allegation leveled by the PDP and Labour Party, as well as possible defense of INEC at the tribunal?
You're asking me now to assume the power of a court. That I cannot do. But I can only tell you that Section 60, the argument for and against is that Section 60 did not use the word transmission. It used transfer as directed by INEC. And that so INEC, pursuant to that, made a guideline that now gives, room for how such results should be transferred. That to enhance transparency, it must be transmitted. So some persons have argued that that guideline is an integral part of the process, while others are also arguing that what the Section 60, especially subsection 5 of Section 60, talks about is the way the results shall be collated, and that the process of transmitting that result is just, transparency. And so once you are not attacking what is in the result, but what is transmitted, then it goes to no issue that it is the results that the Electoral Act actually prescribe, what should be done with it in Section 60. So, but how the court will look at all of this, will be a matter of time. So we'll wait for the legal fireworks on both sides of the divide to submit their argument. And then also the court, mind you, the court will look at the substantiality of these allegations and the infractions complained of. So if they are substantial enough to affect the overall outcome. So all of these are it matters I really would not want to delve into, because they already matter submitted before the court. And court will look at arguments on both sides and take a decision one way or the other, no matter what I say here.
Well, Liberal Soshoma, legal expert and political analyst, thank you very much for your insights. Still on electoral matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has asked the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to amend the orders granted to the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and Labour Party. The Commission says it needs to reconfigure the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, for the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar of the PDP had filed a suit on March 4 to have access to all the sensitive materials used by the INEC in the conduct of the election held on February 25. A panel of the appellate court led by Joseph Ike made the orders on Friday after the court heard two separate ex parte applications filed by the two aggrieved candidates and their political parties. The coordinator of the APC Presidential Campaign Council in the Northwest Zone and Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, has described the emergence of Tinubu and Shetima as a true reflection of the will of the people and expressed optimism that the team will renew the hope of the common man. This was contained in a press statement signed by the Director, Strategic Communications of the APC-PCC Northwest Zone, Anas Sani Anka. Matawale thanked all party members, supporters and Nigerians, especially from the Northwest region, for believing in the APC and assured that the Tinubu-led administration will do its best to ensure that the Northwest Zone and the nation at large thrives under the APC.
The Northwest APC Presidential Campaign Council wishes to express their most profound gratitude to all those who contributed immensely towards the success of the APC in the just concluded 2023 presidential elections. The Northwest APC Presidential Campaign Office wishes to appeal to all the people of the zone to come out en masse and vote for all the APC gubernatorial candidates in the zone on the 11th of March 2023.
Women in Kogi Central District have promised to replicate their last outing by coming out en masse to vote for all candidates of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the upcoming governorship and State House of Assembly elections on Saturday. The women made the vow during a thank you walk to express gratitude to residents for turning out to vote overwhelmingly for the APC candidates in the just concluded presidential and National Assembly elections. The chairperson of the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, Anne Oluride, who also joined the walk, commended the state government for making the state resources work for the people, adding that the infrastructure projects undertaken by Governor Bello's administration were unprecedented in the history of the state.
The governor of Kogi State has set the pace for women in the state. And as I will tell you this afternoon, encouraging the senator-elect when he gets there what he will do. I will encourage him not to forget the women of the state, because Alhaji Yaya Bello has given them voices. It is unprecedented. It has never been like this in the history of the state, not even in the country. The women now have voices in governance. I can tell you that the SSG of the state is a woman. The HOS is also a woman. And that is why you can see that the women are happy. They are out in solidarity with His Excellency, the Governor of the state.
I want to advise my fellow women to rally round the present governor, Alhaji Yahaya Bello, because he has really done enough for us. He has done a lot. He has bring empowerment to women in the state. And bringing empowerment to women, you know, is very essential in the health and social development of the families, society, and the nation. So I want to appeal to anybody that is aggrieved to seek redress in the courts so that there can be peace in the land, because that is what my association, Stand Up for Women's Society, stand for.
Our focus now will be on the micro, small enterprises. I'm talking about the market women, the pepper grinder, the tomato sellers. We already have a program that is even approved in the 2023 Kogi State budget. It's open, it's on our website where you can go look at what we have in the area of micro, small businesses to support. We are thanking the women for the way they came out en masse to elect all the APC candidates in the last election, starting from our president, senator, and House of Rep. We're also telling them to please continue to start by the fact. The fact is voting a credible candidate. So we are telling them, come out on Saturday, elect the House of Assembly, APC candidates across Central, then we can have a good representatives.
President Muhammadu Buhari has called on developed and developing nations to grant duty-free and quota-free market access for products to the world's 46 least developed countries in a bid to ensure their integration into regional and global value chains. Buhari made the call at the 5th United Nations Conference on Least Developed Countries in Doha, Qatar. Speaking on the theme From Potential to Prosperity, Buhari underscored the need for reforms of the international financial architecture that prioritizes the need of least developed countries. There's more details in this next report.
Managing their time.
Recognizing the plight of least developed countries and the need to ensure their effective participation in the world trading system are at the heart of discussion at this UN conference. As part of measures to improve their trading opportunities, world leaders are seeking urgent and robust assistance to help unlock the potential of least developed countries and build socio-economic resilience. According to President Muhammadu Buhari, this assistance can be provided within the framework of the Doha Programme of Action, which is designed to help LDCs exit their current classification.
The least developed countries are often faced with developmental vulnerabilities and challenges that are not always of their making. These pose huge obstacles to their development efforts, hence the need for urgent and robust assistance to help unlock their potential and build socio-economic resilience. This assistance can be provided within the framework of the Doha Programme of Action, which is designed to help least developed countries exit their current classification.
President Buhari also listed some measures that will help LDCs recover from COVID-19, achieve sustainable development goals, develop and prosper over the long term.
Coronavirus has taught us that we must all work together to ensure that diseases do not thrive in the least developed countries due to their overall negative impact on productivity and economic growth and development. Accordingly, policy and budgetary provisions must be made to ensure equal access to Medicare and vaccines for the poor and the rich alike.
On his part, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Oyema, called for UN reforms on United Nations on peace and security, development and human rights.
Impact of the instability in Libya, and how the small arms and light weapons that are proliferating in the sub-region is really impacting adversely all the countries of the sub-region. And he briefed Mr. President on the efforts that they were making to stabilize the situation in Chad. He said that there are about 50 military groups, political groups, and that out of the 50, 40 of them have now joined the peace process, transition process, that there were still 10, and that, he's still talking to them, and hopefully they will soon join the transition process.
The Doha Program of Action for the Least Developed Countries for the decade 2022 to 2031 manifests a new generation of renewed and strengthened commitment between the least developed countries and their developed partners, including the private sector, civil society, and government at all levels. Simisola Adigun, TV360, Lagos. A total of 61 persons in Kano State have died of the deadly outbreak of diphtheria infection as of March 2nd, 2023. The Kano State case manager, Salma Suwaid, revealed that a total of 783 patients have been admitted to hospital so far, with 360 females and 423 males. Speaking at a webinar organized by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Suwaid emphasized the urgent need for vaccination response to halt the spread of the disease, after explaining that the outbreak was due to low vaccination rates. So far, the infection has been confirmed in Kano, Yobe, Lagos, Osun, and Katsina states. We'll take a break here, but still to come, CBN releases 114 billion naira under the 100 for 100 policy. Details of the story and more right after this break. Welcome back. Now here is a recap of some of our top stories tonight. Hundreds of supporters of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have stormed the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Monday to protest the outcome of the February 25 elections. Led by the presidential candidate of the party, Atiku Abubakar, alongside party leaders, the party is accusing INEC of contravening the Electoral Act of 2022. We also told you that INEC has reacted to the allegation of the opposition People's Democratic Party, who is accusing the electoral umpire of failing to follow the electoral process as stipulated in the Electoral Act of 2022. While addressing members of the PDP who protested at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja, Festus Okoye, INEC National Commissioner for Information, says it will redress the grievances of the PDP regarding the presidential election outcome. Now, in case you missed any of our news bulletins, for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. COVID-19 vaccine manufacturer Moderna has chosen a science campus as its UK base for the development of future medicines. The firm said the Innovation and Technology Centre would be built by the year 2025 at Harwell, Oxfordshire. It said the site would provide the UK public with access to mRNA vaccines for a wide range of respiratory diseases. Under the agreement, the UK has made a commitment to buy Moderna's vaccines for the next decade. We'll take another short break and return with business updates. Stay with us. Welcome back. Let's now join Mary Kano with business updates. Over to you now, Mary.
Thank you, Simisala. Hello and welcome to Business News. The Central Bank of Nigeria has disbursed 114.1 billion naira to beneficiaries under its 100 for 100 policy on production and productivity since the commencement of the intervention. This was disclosed in a communique issued by the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele after the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting held in Abuja. Emefiele said the funds were expended on 71 projects across healthcare, manufacturing and agriculture sectors. The bank-led initiative is rolled over every 100 days, with a new set of companies selected for financing to reverse the nation's over-reliance on imports by creating an ecosystem that targets and supports the right projects with the potential to transform and catalyze the productive base of the economy. We'll take a break and return with stock market report. And Nigeria's equities market opened the new week in the green thanks to shares of construction giant Julius Berger, which rose most on the bars from 24 naira 50 kobo to 26 naira 95 kobo. Now, the all-share index and market capitalization appreciated by 0.14% to close at 55,605 basis points. Now, market breadth closed negative as 16 equities recorded gains while 20 equities made losses. Now, market summary shows declines in volume and turnover, but 3% improvement in deals. Now, amid post-election uncertainties, it is expected that the overall bullish sentiment in the equities market might linger for a while. Now, to some select global stocks, now following top metals consumer China's decision to set a modest growth target for the year, UK's blue chip FTSE inch lower and is trading down at 0.30%. Now, that's the stock market report. Simisala, back to you.
Thank you, Mary, for that update. And on the global scene, a suicide bomber has killed 9 police officers and wounded 16 others on Monday in an attack on a police truck in southwestern Pakistan. The incident took place at Dada, the main town of Kachhi district. Security forces have been battling a years-long insurgency by Balok militants, demanding what they say is a fairer share of the province's wealth, as well as attacks by the Pakistani Taliban. With just hours to the CAF Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, President Muhammadu Buhari has charged the Flying Eagles to defy all odds and win the game in Egypt. Delivering Buhari's message to the team, Sports Minister Sunday Dare, who arrived in Cairo on Sunday alongside former Super Eagles captain and aide to Buhari Daniel Amokachi, encouraged the Flying Eagles to aim for the ultimate prize. Nigeria will face the Gambia in the semi-finals of the competition, with a ticket to the FIFA Under-20 World Cup finals already secured. Well, that's our bulletin this evening. Many thanks for watching. I'm Simisola Ajikun. Bye for now.